What is going on, YouTube? How is everybody today? That is very good to hear. Today I want to talk about the new Black Angels album called Phosphene Dream. It was released in 2010 on Blue Horizon. The Black Angels are this rock and roll psychedelic rock band from Austin, Texas. They formed in 2004. The third album. Their album that came out before this, Direction to See a Ghost, was probably one of my favorite albums of all time. Beautiful album. Had a lot of sprawl and drone and weird dirges. Very much so a mind-expanding, life-altering experience, in my opinion. This album maintains the same kind of sound as that album. It still has distorted guitars and the reverby vocals, the weird spaced out lyrics about ghosts and spirits and loved ones and having visions in the desert and weird metaphysical elevators and all that shit. But the difference is that this album is a lot more friendly, a lot more concise. This album has no sprawl, no excessive guitar going on. It lost the dark, ominous edge Direction to See a Ghost has, and it really hurts the album, in my opinion. They're in this more kind of accessible, radio-friendly direction on here, so it's nowhere near as droney. In fact, on Direction to See a Ghost, they also listed all the instruments the band members played, and it actually had an instrument called a drone machine, like a machine that just made drone sounds. And on here it's not listed. It still has all the weird organs and keyboards and electric auto harps and what have you, Ream Mark 7 organs and shit like that, harmoniums. So yeah, they definitely went in this more concise, lighter, upbeat and livelier. It's a lot friendlier. It's not nearly as dark. These guys are having more of a good time. The jams are less psychedelic, much more rock and roll, much more radio ready. And that kind of rubs me the wrong way, because I really loved the previous album, just how it was so long and the songs just went on forever and it's dark and it's like being caught in the middle of the desert, having a bad acid trip and seeing space coyotes and Native American guys with skulls on their head pointing at you and shit like that. It was bad times, very dark. But yeah, way less adventurous, a lot more accessible, way less hallucinatory. There's a song on here called Telephone, song 9. And that's the single right now, and that's actually an upbeat, fun garage rock kind of sound. It's got this kind of Rolling Stones, let's get down and party kind of vibe to it, which kind of, isn't really what the Black Angels were all about to me. A lot of people online writing reviews really liked this album. They said it showed maturity, said it showed growth and evolution in the band, and I disagree strongly. This actually shows a step back, like a de-evolution or a lack of growth, is where on their previous album they were experimenting a lot more, they were getting a lot more adventurous, which is a sign of growth to me. This is just kind of taking a step back, writing more concise, radio-friendly songs. Maybe they're getting a little more professional as a band, they want to make more money or something like that. I don't know. Excuse me, they're definitely a lot more melodic on this album. I also read that one of the reasons for this new, kind of direction might be because they got this new producer / mixer called David Sardi, and he's done work with Black Mountain, who the Black Angels actually wind up sounding quite a bit alike on this album. He also produced for Wolfmother and Oasis, and I can hear a little bit of similarities here. When I think about it, I can hear a little bit of Oasis on this too. I hear a little bit of Queens of the Stone Age, a little bit of Brian's Jonestown Massacre, Darker My Love. And of course the usual, these guys borrow a lot of their sound from the 60s, 70s, so of course you're going to hear a lot of Velvet Underground, Doors, and stuff like that. I hear a little bit of Comets on Fire too, but, it's good that they went in this new direction, I guess, because they're getting a lot more acclaim, they're getting more fans and stuff, whereas their previous section, Direction to See a Ghost, only kind of was only appealed to this little niche crowd, and this is definitely more getting popular online, where it's Direction to See a Ghost and a couple people liked it, and now this album, Phosphene Dream, comes out and it's getting rave reviews after review, and lots of people are digging it, so that's good for them, I guess. But for old-time hardcore fans, they're going to be slightly disappointed by this, like I was, because there's no sprawl, no evil dark edge to it. The songs are a lot friendlier, it totally lacks the bite that dark Direction to See a Ghost has. Album art's kind of similar, except the color scheme's different, whereas Direction to See a Ghost was green and pink. This is red and blue. It's probably hurting all of your people's eyes because it probably doesn't translate very well in video form. Got all pictures of the band. It's the girl drummer there, Stephanie Bailey is her name. I don't even know why that's worth noting. You got the sleeve on the inside. Very similar to the previous album too, except in the color scheme it's blue instead of green. Cool pictures, lyrics. The lyrics are very interesting as it was on the previous album too. A little brief description of what the songs are about there. Cool pictures. A little bit of brain candy going on there for you kids. Good stuff. But yeah, I didn't completely hate this album. I'm going to give it further listens. Get into a little bit more. I'll probably wind up playing a few songs in my sets on Saturdays and stuff like that, because the songs are a lot shorter. I know a lot of people who come out do like Black Angels a lot, so it's kind of nice that they have this new accessible sound in that instance, but for personal enjoyment, not nearly as much. I'll probably wind up listening to Directions a lot more than I wind up listening to this, that's for sure. But if you like Black Mountain a lot, you like the big fuzzy guitar, another thing I want to mention is the bass on here is tremendous. The bass player just has this very deep thumping bass sound, so that's good. If you have a nice killer subwoofer system and you like rock and roll, psychedelic rock, the bass on here is killer, but it's a lot cleaner. Even the vocals are a lot cleaner. It's not as sunburnt and as desert scorched as this. It loses the whole evil vibe it had on his previous album, and I think it suffers for it in my opinion. Still not a bad album, but definitely not a life-changing experience like their other album was. The Black Angels, Phosphene Dream, 2010, Blue Horizon. Peace.